is the 5th of September 2016. Now I would like to talk about my childhood in village 290 JB. As I mentioned earlier, I was born on 4th of November 1932. And growing up in a village, it is such an open space, and you enjoy. Your children are freely to move everywhere. There was no danger of kidnaps in those days, and all things were very, very interesting. And growing up is in its own way an experience, and you don't remember your childhood under 5, but once I start going to school, that is where my memory comes back. At when we growing up in a village, and we have various games, and one game is called Gulli Danda. Gulli Danda is with a stick about 5 centimeter diameter, and it is shaved at the end like a pencil, and then middle part is just remain as it is. Then you leave it, put it on the ground, and with a stick you hit one end of the gully, and that gully would go into the air, and with the stick in your hand you hit back into the gully while it is still in airborne. And if it touch the stick, that will go far away, and then opposite party would go to the gully, and then the player who are doing it delta, they put at the place where it was started, and they would throw the gully to an extent that it should touch the stick. If it does, they win the point. If they don't, then we lose the point. Opposite party lose the point. This is a game, very interesting open space game, but it is very dangerous as well in the sense because as kids you're not sure which direction gully is going. And in my own experience, I was watching this game and that gully came to right into my eye. I suffered all my life, damaged my left eye. So these are the things that, even though very dangerous, but still we try to play with it. The other important incident in my life was that in the age of about 10, 11, we had my neighbor daughter, a close relative, have a bitch. She had few pups, and bitch at the time my pup was very aggressive, but we kids keen to see the pups. So we 3, 4 of us went to where the pups were, and in the meantime the bitch came and other people ran away. I got caught somewhere, and I got bitten on my cheek, and that scar is still there all my life. And other interesting point is that in summer usually you go to sleep, and the sparrows, they are house sparrows, they stay inside. And at one stage, 2 sparrows was fighting with each other with their paws close together, or they are playing with it. I don't know if they're fighting. Then I was standing very close to those sparrows. I thought I shoo them where they are instead of flying away. They came right under my feet and died on the spot. My mother was very angry with me because I did the wrong thing to do this one. I should have flown them away. So these are the few things that I could see. And at times when we were growing up, during summer, you get red eyes, so, and you need to be treated for that one. And because it was very, very painful getting rubbing to the eye, because once that little powder was thrown into your eye, you feel terrible because pain everywhere. And usually mothers do it when the child is sleeping, and when the child got up, oh, somebody else's things came into your eye, don't know what happened. And you say, and with time, our eye sores, everything was done, treated very properly. My grandfather was a Hakim. or Ayurvedic medicine, and he treated various people in the village or around the village, various villages. He was very proud of what he was doing, and in his time he was educated up to the grade 5, and on the basis of that education, and she got a job as a revenue collector. This was very interesting from his point of view, but then somehow or other he had a fall with the government due to some cold cases by his brother, and then he was taken off the job, so he was not employed then. Of course, he helped the farming, supervised the farming. So, but this is the situation when we look forward to getting further inspiration from grandparents. And we had a village, we had a land in another village far away, 319 JV, and because of the land, we were the resident of that village as well. But the Nambardar or revenue collector of that village got caught in a murder case, and that Nambardari or the revenue collector was taken away from him, and then from that village various people applied, including my grandfather, and eventually he won the case and he became the Nambardar or revenue collector or village 319. So this is a great achievement from his point of view. Even though this village is far away, still we go to there, harvest things, bring back. While we were farming in 319, we had a camel as a carrier for food and everything. It was very weak, very hungry, very docile, and we fed him very well, and eventually he got proud of his strength, and sometimes he would run away. We go for him to find him where it is. Eventually we got rid of him. So that was the experience with the camel. And then I would talk about the house itself. If you imagine a square plan, one corner was our house, and next to was my grandfather's elder brother, Nyal Singh. And if you go, and on our side, or rather opposite side, were two other brothers, because all they were cousins with each other. And one was Thakur Singh, one was Inder Singh. Thakur Singh's house opposite to us, not adjacent to us, and then wall was common to us. And then Thakur Singh's wall was common with Inder Singh. The fourth line was, fourth side was a main gate. So that's how all our four families lived together in proximity. One point in living like that was because the inside area was too big, and Inder Singh and Thakur Singh, they brought their animals, buffaloes, oxen, or everybody in the house, inside the courtyard, and they had the feeding arrangement to them. Whereas our animals were on a separate place, which was taken not too far away, and so is the Nihal Singhs. They had a separate place where they will keep their animals, and that's how all the life goes on. And in those days, of course, there was no bathrooms in the villages, and just a little bit of shelter, and the ladies can go and ease themselves. But overall, there was nothing. We always went to the fields for our afternoon walk or something. That is, that everybody is living their life comfortably.